Last time you all went through a pile of ruins nearby and found the remains of Nualia. What someone could argue was an original doom for Sandpoint. All that remains at this point is having Xanthus perform his ritual with the assistance of Aldrahi, as to make sure that everything goes correctly. Unfortunately, she is still a few days out, but after you all basically dug through the entire catacombs in a quick afternoon, you all have a few days to breathe, to go about town, whatever you want to do. Is there anything anyone would like to do right now?
You said during the last session that there was an object that we could research down in the catacombs.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll be spending my time then doing some research.
All right. Oop.
Huh.
Well, I suppose I could just keep us on Sandpoint, but
Yeah.
I'd just put everyone in spooky room.
I think Faunra also wanted to look into this too, so it works.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna put everyone there because many things will happen in there. So, no one is busting a nut in the magic stones yet.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Anyways, so I gotta pull up all the research rules because there's a whole system for this. It's not in the book, it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide type thing. Okay.
Hi.
No, just staying
Oh.
okay since I have it up. It's okay. It's gonna happen a lot. It's fine. All right. So, previously you all learned that you learned enough of the research to it in order to figure out, oh shit, we can actually do some stuff with this. So, one of the options is go to the sage Brodert Quink. That is his name. That is not a modification of Ripley doing a funny haha. His name is Brodert Quink. Or doing on-site investigation. You have already achieved 1 point from on-site investigation. And from each of the different ways that you can research this, you can get a maximum of 4 points for a total of 12.
Yay!
So, if you guys want to do some on-site investigation, I will need Arcana or Occultism rolls.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
Finally. My time has come.
I can attempt occultism checks.
Yeah.
Guess Aloise is
Do these
looking
need to
alongside.
be...
Aloise and Faunra can also attempt stuff. I'm basically counting this as you all working together to like figure out how stuff is working.
Mm-hmm. Did these need to be secret or are these open?
These can be open. I'm not going to tell you all the DC, but so far there is one that has succeeded.
Perfect.
Alright, we know what it is. It's at least above 20.
It
And
is
below 26. We have a inequality going.
It could be 26.
could be 26, yeah.
It's greater than... It's less than or equal to 26, but above 20.
Does the thing that we're researching have the mental fortune or misfortune or have like divination traits?
On the stones?
Yeah, for the topic of the research.
So the topic of the research, I'll just give you all this information just for the sake of sanity. This one has unique, arcane, and linguistic.
Perfect. Okay. I ask because I had the oddity identification feat that says I get a +2 circumstance bonus if something has one of those 3 traits. But if it does not, Then here is it without it.
Cool. That is one total success. It is not a critical success, sadly, so you guys get 1 point, 1 additional research point.
So that puts us at 1 or 2 total research points, technically.
Yes. Yeah, it does not seem like. But yeah, y'all have 2 research points for this strange thing before you. Which also means that you are about halfway through there. There is also the option of going into town and consulting a sage there. The only thing is that even just by like researching this stuff, you're getting a better understanding of what all it can do.
Right.
Mhm.
I can only imagine I would. I don't know shit about it.
And this is just kind of easy information you all can like speak to each other. The amount of heat that is coming off of these, even if they're in their like somewhat stagnant, inoperable state, is almost scalding. It's similar to having like hellfire in front of you. It only really burns up when you get very close. Like a lava lamp, but a lava. In addition to that, you heard one of the goblin ghouls mention the name Rip Nugget. So that is another thing you guys can research if you really want to.
That sounds like a name you don't want to let the other goblins tell you or call you.
Each attempt to research stuff takes 1 hour. So basically, for 1 hour, all 4 of you were down there trying to figure out more stuff about it. But assuming there's nothing else you all want to do the remainder of your first day, you guys have some time to yourselves. Aloise, where do you normally sleep in town?
I imagine she used to sleep in, like, the Scarnettis used to give her some sort of dormitory, I assume, like working alongside them. I think the last few weeks after she stopped working with the Scarnettis, she's been just hanging out in whichever tavern is cheapest that specific night, you know?
I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's probably the White Deer.
That's the White Deer.
Alright. So during one of your days, coming back to the White Deer, you see one of the Scarnetti thugs that you previously worked with semi-frequently, sitting outside the door. He sees you, stands up, wipes off his pants, probably spits to the side and goes, "Right, Aloise, some of the bosses are gonna have us do a run around later to mess with what the, priest and co are gonna be doing later. Are you willing to join, or should I tell the boss that you're gonna take a 5?
I'll be unavailable for this.
Alright, your loss. He gives you a quick nod and walks off. My favorite thing is when people make stoic characters and it's like, oh, they just have fucking autism.
Yeah. It's like, all right, good talk. Good talk.
I mean, if you don't... Guy does not get paid enough to try to convince Aloise. He's just like, hey, here's a job. Aloise is like, nah, son. Simple as, you know?
One job? No. Okay.
Yeah, eventually. When she meets up with the rest of the gang. Will she meet up with the rest of the gang today?
Probably not today. Probably tomorrow. But there is more to your scene.
Okay.
Not right away, but if you want to do other stuff in between.
No, I think she'll be like, conflict of interest, but I should probably tell the rest of the gang about this.
As you go back to your room, one of the many things that you received in your adventures, for lack of a better term, the original one with the metallic plague and all that sort of stuff. As you get back into your room, one of the things that you kept from that was a small silver egg. It was about the size, a little above the size of your fist, probably around the size of a football. Oh, I'm sorry, an Americana's football. Apologies. And you kind of had it as like a paperweight slash like a thing that you see when you get back, as just a little reminder, the equivalent of a plant. And today you see a big crack on it.
She's gonna lean down and inspect it.
You get a closer look at it, and you see a small amount of chipping around where the little crack is being made.
Did anyone tell Aloise where they would be staying?
Where would everyone be staying?
At the tavern.
You guys say that as though there's only one tavern in town.
Faunra kind of couch surfs.
One can assume the church for cert.
Since Lela is also part of, or is also a cathedral child as her background, she would also have a place in the church to live at. He also has battle medicine. Pog.
Okay, what happens when Aloise tries to pick it up very gingerly and wrap it in cloth?
You see it, like, chip away a few more times, and you see a little, like, bead of iron eye look through one of the holes that made.
Ah, fuck. Well, she's gonna start running into the cathedral then.
Alright, Faunra, you're also probably in the White Deer tonight, just because it's been cheap, and also you were tired from all the adventuring. Before you even get to your room, you see Aloise running out. Is there panic on her face, or is she just moving very quickly?
Moving very quickly.
Yeah, Faunra, you see Aloise, like, moving very quickly out of, second.
She was vibrating and now she's gone forever.
Goodbye forever, Whipley.
While Ripley has stepped away for a moment, I tallied up all the money from liquidating the assets and the like, and it came out to about 350. I took about a 50 gold cut since I had picked up some gold pieces previously through the dungeon, but we roughly have 300 gold floating around that can be utilized for gear upgrades.
Lovely.
I believe both of you have +1 striking already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I even have a bonus one if anybody needs one.
An additional striking rune just kicking around?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll take that off your hands if you're not using it.
I already did everything I need.
Perfect.
So if you
in that case, then we can definitely finance. Do either of you have armor potency runes yet?
Can we get it at 4?
I don't
Yeah.
use armor.
Yes, you can still put it on your unarmored.
Okay.
So, like your explorer's clothing, you can still etch runes onto that for the mechanical benefits. And technically, I'm not sure how Ripley's ruling it, but typically speaking, this town is of high enough level that we can purchase +1 runes for our armor. Mainly, the usual limiter for purchasing things is how much money you have and the level of the settlement.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can
So we could
double check.
So it's not like a character level thing. If it
Yeah.
says level 5, it's not like character level 5 is when you get this.
Yeah, it's just
some
like
GMs can rule it as such, but typically it's. My bad.
Okay.
Go ahead.
it would be easy for a level 5 character to purchase the item, is how I understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically assumed that that is the level range where you can easily buy it, but it no means locks you out of it early.
Yeah.
So we could finance 2 +1 armor runes for the 2 frontliners for an extra +1 to both your ACs.
I'll take a
Sandpoint is a level 4, tier 4 settlement.
What level is it?
4, settlement 4.
Settlement 4? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Faunra is just running out of the, or not Faunra, Aloise is running out of the building. My maintenance guy called back, because I was calling him about a fire, or a false alarm on our fire panel. Because it's happening again, and I hate life. But, Faunra, you see Aloise running out towards the church with something in her arms.
Okay, man.
I saw this.
Trouble.
Yeah, you saw her, like, before you even got back to your room.
I would be like, well, I'm gonna go follow that. It's a lot more exciting.
Sert and Lela, what are you two doing at the cathedral before you two retire for the night?
I think Sert would just be doing some minor stuff around the church. Just some, like, sweeping, whatnot, cleaning up maybe some candles and the like.
What a good person. What the fuck?
Chore boy.
Leila's
little
just
chore boy.
definitely locked in her room, reading through scrolls and different books.
For anything in particular, or just for fun?
Just for fun.
Okay.
Figuring out what kind of new stuff I can learn.
Sert, you probably see Aloise come in with something bundled in, like, probably her coat more than anything else. And yeah, Faunra follows shortly after her. That is the scene.
I'm fast as fuck, so I'm not even winded.
Yeah.
Hi, crewman. We have trouble.
Oh?
The egg. She holds it out.
Hmm.
Has the situation progressed?
It has cracked out more. Both of you see, like, a little eye popping out, looking around. Not, like, literally popping out of the egg, but looking through the hole that I made.
Fun.
Oh.
Do you think we should be concerned of this?
We might have to be at loggerheads. I don't know. Not that one.
We may say the strangest things.
Everything I say is above board. We might have to kill it. So I'm telling ya.
No?
No?
It's cute for now.
Cracks out, it cracks a bit more of the egg. It's like a almost gunmetal gray, gunmetal black eye that's, like, looking around.
When Eloise holds her finger close to it, does it kill?
Does it what?
Does it go kill mode?
It sniffs it. It kind of snaps more of the egg off. It's not
It doesn't seem like
exceptionally concerned with assaulting you as of yet.
it doesn't seem like it was born to kill. Yet. Starts Lela. I was wondering if you would know what this is.
It's definitely strange, and probably not from here. I've never seen anything like it in my time. I could take a closer look. What kind of check would you want to ascertain the egg?
Arcana or nature?
Okay, I'll go with nature.
Ooh.
And Lela, we will say for all intents and purposes that someone has grabbed you and brought you over as well if you would like to join in.
Okay. Alright.
Incredible.
I was supposed to roll nature.
Yeah?
Okay, cool.
Shortly after you all begin the process of trying to figure out what the hell it is, the little friend breaks out, and I will be posting this in Seven Dooms as a general idea of how it'll look, but it's more silvery. And for stream, I will do.
Aww.
Vibe.
Oh
It
my
reminds me of
gosh.
66.
It is a small metallic bat-like creature that kind of stumbles out of its egg, kind of looking around. For everyone, all of the frontliners, you two recognize this as a scamp. It is a small creature created from elemental detritus from the corresponding planes. A metal scamp, of course, is made from the plane of metal, and this little creature, as you get to touch it, you realize that it doesn't really have fur. It has like a large amount of very finely made metal whiskers and hairs. Yeah, it's just a little metal scamp.
It's a proper barb.
Hello, little one.
It does speak the plane of metal language, if anyone speaks Talakan, which I don't think anyone does. No.
Do we know
Well,
nothing?
I
Do we know
reckon we
anything
played
of its
between the
nature?
devil and the deep blue sea.
Huh?
Am I
That
speaking a
sounded
different
aggressive.
language around here?
You might as well be.
The little metal scamp nods as well.
Do we know anything of its nature, typically?
Typically, they are not bad per se. It mostly depends on what they are bound to, but for the most part, scamps are beings that try to feed on whatever they are made of. So for metal scamps, they will try to feed on metal. For the most part, although metal scamps have kind of a worse reputation being beings of entropy, trying to like break things down, most of the time, especially when they're like this small and this fresh, it's very hard to tell like what direction they would be pulled towards.
Gotcha.
Hello, little one.
Should we tell someone?
What happens when Aloise holds a coin to its face, its snoot?
It like sniffs it a bit, then tries to put the coin in its mouth.
Okay, crewmate.
What
I
does
don't
it
think
feel
this
like?
means any harm.
What does it
I'm gonna
feel
hold
like? Compared to how it looks, it's a lot rougher. Kind of like steel wool coming out of like a small piece of metal. Like that's how it feels. It is surprisingly light, however.
Are you able to care for a scamp and maybe use it as a familiar, Lela?
Lela, I believe Aloise asked you a question.
I thought. Sorry, what was it?
Are you able to use a creature like this
As a
as
familiar?
Are you able to care for one?
I'll care for it. Yeah, come here, little guy.
Like, hops over into your hands.
I'm gonna name you. Any name recommendations? I'm thinking Puddle. Alright, come on, Puddle.
Bruh.
You're
Yeah.
not this little butt.
I throw him in my hood.
Ugh. Congrats, you now have a pet dog. I am going to kill this pet dog if given the opportunity.
While I have everyone here, Miss Garnetti's offered me a job.
Let's
do what?
Eh?
I was only half listening, but it sounded like they wanted to harass the church.
Well, that's quite uncalled for, if I say so. I don't know what business they would have with the church.
It might have to. When is the ritual?
A few days from now, probably like 2 or 3 days.
And they said tonight, right? The job is supposed to be for tonight?
I think they said the next few days.
Oh. Well, it might have to do with Aldrania's arrival.
Well, I'd prefer if they didn't interfere with anything that was going to be going on, as I would like for the ritual to go off without a hitch. The peaceful return of one's soul and reduction in perhaps guilt that they may weigh themselves down with is a very important process. I am opposed to them taking any action against the church, in general, I should say, but especially when we have such a volatile and delicate situation coming up.
Either
Perhaps
way,
find out
that's
more
no
on
good.
what they want.
I don't want to play both sides. That's not something I do.
No, that's entirely fair. I was not expecting you to risk yourself as such. But I am curious now why they would take such a sudden interest. Well, that aside, still much to learn on the crystals we found down below as well. I can't shake the foreboding feeling that they have, especially the vision.
What was that, crewmate?
I have a feeling something terrible's in the offing.
Again, you say the strangest things.
Did you just call the green girl Kermit?
Crewmate.
That's how she introduced herself. I thought it'd be rude to refer to it any other way.
So we have a strange dog.
He
We have-
is my son.
We have fire demons in ruins below us with very strange crystals.
Indeed so.
And now the Scarnettis plan on knocking up the church.
Did you have to use those exact words?
They're
I
appropriate.
see nothing wrong with it.
Whatever meaning you find is not my business.
Regardless, it would seem that we have quite a bit on our plates to handle. And in the future as well. Let's hope that our woes remain few. In the meantime, I'm interested to follow up more on that research.
You reckon there's someone around here who knows something?
That's what I'm betting on. I would have to imagine there's a few locals, especially those amongst the more progressive with the Rune Watchers. They might know a bit about the situation. Not much in contact with them in recent years, but if it's old magic buried here, it would certainly be up their alley.
Assuming there is nothing else anyone wants to do, we will move on to the next day. Alright. We shall begin on the first free day you all have. What's everybody doing?
Oh my gosh. What are we doing?
I want to take Puddle for a walk around town.
Okay.
It's
Um,
also Aloise isn't getting annoyed by Scarnettis or anything either. She's probably gonna be at the church in the morning, wanting to check on Lela and Puddles.
the Scarnettis don't dislike Aloise. It is more so the group themselves have soured the taste for the Scarnettis, if that makes sense. So like they're not directly going after you, but you're just kind of getting caught in the crossfire. But they're not actively going out and saying, "Aloise, we're gonna break your fucking kneecaps."
Okay.
But yeah, Lela, you are walking around town with your new weird ass dog on its leash.
Mm-hmm. No, he's in my arms.
Oh, are you going anywhere in particular?
No, we're just kind of roaming around. Maybe I'll hit the tavern, have a drink.
Okay. Once again, there are multiple taverns in town.
I don't know which ones there are.
It's almost like this is available within the Adventurer's Guide.
Okay.
And there are
There's
also
some crazy stuff.
little
I swear.
numbers everywhere.
I'm still in the cave down below.
I no fucking idea why you are down there. I will not lie to you.
I've been here like all day.
Why did it take everyone but you? Alright. I'm throwing everyone to this one. Now Caius. Okay, okay. Now we'll go back to actual Sandpoint. Alright, now everyone should be here.
Okay.
Give me a number.
Let me see.
You can also click on them for more information.
I see.
Yes.
You know what? I think we're gonna go get something to eat. We're gonna go strap on the feed bag. 42.
Okay.
You like the taste of shit?
What do you mean?
You take Puddle on a fairly long walk all the way down to the south end of town, specifically to the feed bag. Doing your best to make sure that Puddle doesn't see any of the goings-on at the Pixie's Kitten. You get there without anything bad happening. The large man behind the counter, Jubra, goes, "Hey, saw you a few days ago helping that one lad, what was his name? That Kaijutsu kid. How'd that end up?"
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Understandable. Seemed a bit of a break if you ask me, but what can I do you for?
I'm looking to try and find something to eat.
Well, I have a variety of foods, depending on what you're craving. One of our specials is cheese curd soup, lard fries, and unless you want to get a drink this early in the morning, that's about all the specials we got.
The special sounds great. I'll do the soup.
Alright. He steps to the back, does some cooking. What are you doing with your pretty little dog in the meantime?
I'm looking at it, trying to think about what in the world it eats. It didn't seem to want to eat the coin, but I'm gonna try to offer it again.
It takes it in its mouth, just kind of starts nibbling on it without really, like, making a dent in it.
Okay. Well, I guess you can play with that. And we'll wait for your soup. Or we'll wait for the soup, and then we'll see if you want that as well.
Roll me... Or will I have you roll? Roll me a society check as you're, waiting for your food.
Okay.
13. As you're waiting for your food, you do hear a handful of people on the other side of the bar, talking about some crappy potions and healing items that they got recently. over at Bottled Solutions. One of them mentions, I mean, you could go down to the pill bug. The other guy like goes, yeah, but have you seen the guy? Looks like if I walked in on the wrong day, he'd punch me in the throat. Yeah, but it's better than Bottled Solutions. Yeah, and twice as expensive. And that's about all you can hear before your bar brings over a big old bowl of cheese curd soup.
Mmm. Thank you, sir. I suppose I'm gonna try to see if the dog will eat the soup. I offer my spoon to him.
He takes the spoon.
Ecology?
What's up?
Is this ecology?
Might be.
This has to be what it is.
There's a picture of the cheese curd soup for the gamers.
Ooh.
Because you have decided, I'm gonna go look at food, and expected me to not find references. Suffer.
Does the stream get to see it?
No.
Oh yeah, poor stream.
Stream
Like
doesn't.
the
Stream has been bad. He takes like a tentative lick of the soup, and then goes back to nibbling on the spoon.
Okay. Alright, little critter. I suppose I want to ask the guys what their problem is with, what's the store called?
Bottled Solution.
That's the one.
Yeah, are you taking Puddle and your soup with you?
Let's say I've finished the soup.
Okay. You finish the soup, head over to them. Roll me another society check. We'll see see their vibe check with your little creature.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you ask about that, and the two of them look at each other and go, one of them church girls. Don't worry about it.
Why don't you tell me, and I'll see what I can do.
Look, we're not gonna try to get the church to help to do anything with it. The problem between us and one of the people that gets us stuff. You don't have to worry about it.
This isn't church business. I go to that shop plenty, and I want to know what's going on with it.
Has Lela been to Bottled Solutions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just roll me a flat d20.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you've never had problems with any of their stock, and they go, alright, well, we got some healing potions the other day, just as, like, pick-me-ups. Neither of them worked. They tasted like cherries, they didn't do shit for us at the end of the day.
They tasted like cherries?
Yeah.
What does a healing potion normally taste like? Can I ask briefly?
Like nondescript medical flavor. Like they don't specifically have a taste. Well, like a common healing potion wouldn't really have a taste. If you get it from like specific people who put a little more effort into it, they can have different flavors depending on what they want to put in. But for the most part, healing potions have like generic medical taste that is not gross.
Okay.
So it's not like you're chugging the Bix Vapo Rub.
And you said these potions didn't do anything.
I mean... Buddy here fell off his fucking horse. Big old scrape. Only just healed it up the other day.
Huh. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for letting me know.
Aye. What is Lela doing now?
I guess I'm gonna go ask somebody over. I think I want to go to Pillbug and then ask about potions with a cherry taste.
Okay. I love Pillbug's Pantry. It's got one of my favorite characters in it. I have a,
It's right down the street from Bottle Solutions too. That's funny.
yeah. This is the owner, Olivier Pillbug Potiker.
That's so mean.
He got that pillbug drip too.
As a kid, he got the nickname Pillbug, for reasons he's never quite admitted to.
Because he removes heavy metals from the soil.
Clearly. It takes you a little bit of effort to find the Pillbug's pantry, but once you, approach, Mr. Potiker, he looks up from a ledger that he was working on, goes, "Yes, miss."
Hello, you're Mr. Potiker?
"Correct."
I'm Lela. I was hoping you can help me out. I just have a couple of questions.
He closes his book and goes, "I'm not sure what the guards or the random townsfolk have been saying about me, but everything I sell here is legal. All of the items that I have provided to patrons are of decent enough quality to not have to worry about anything. And most importantly, I have never once sold any form of poison to anyone within the town."
He's had to do this before. That's rehearsed.
Okay, that's not what I was gonna ask you about. I was gonna inquire about potions with a cherry flavor.
Potions with a cherry flavor?
Yeah, so let's say, like, hypothetically, I bought a potion, and it didn't do what was advertised, and it just tasted like cherries.
Did you buy something
What would be the
from
reason
Nisk?
for that? I'm sorry?
Did you buy something from Nisk?
No.
Nisk is the owner of Bottled Solutions.
Oh, okay.
So do you
No.
still... Okay.
Hey, you're a bad investigator. You're a...
Well,
I just want to know what he would say.
a variety of the proper healing potions within the air... Well, he pulls out a very small vial, like... Probably, like, barely a thumbtack size thing. Fills it, steps to the back, fills it up with a, like, common red potion that you would see, hands it to you. That is, for lack of a better term, a free sample of how a proper healing potion would taste.
I see, okay. I'm just gonna uncork it and throw it back.
Yeah, if you were injured, you would heal 1 HP. It's like, in the heat of the moment, you probably would not even think of it having a flavor whatsoever. Kind of like drinking water. But like, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, it's like vague, floral, herbal stuff. Kind of like a tea that you can't really place.
Okay.
He says, "Now for an elixir, you can add whatever flavoring you would like to make it more appetizing, but for a majority of magical potions, they will have that form of flavor."
Okay, so typically potions are pretty flavorless.
As assuming that you don't want to put an extra effort, but I've found that putting an extra effort on something that a person will take a nanosecond to drink is a waste of time.
I see. Now, what if I did have a healing potion that did taste like cherries
I would
and wasn't effective?
I would imagine that you would want to go to whoever did that and then proceed to either demand a refund or demand something is fixed.
I see. Well, thank you very much.
She's on a fucking noir arc.
Mr. Potiker's funny as hell, though.
Yeah, Mr. Potiker's great. He just seems like just over it, just running his own fucking shop, just...
When you've been in the business as long as me, you don't make a lot of friends, and the few people that you do make that are friends, they usually try to see how long it'll take you to realize that they're going to backstab you. So,
Aw.
at the very least, any business I do here is what I need to do.
I see. I understand. What are your thoughts on bottled solutions?
I believe that the owner is a bit pompous. Any form of potions or elixirs that he creates within his free time are fraught with a large amount of errors, disappointments, that sort of thing. And frankly gives a bad name to my business for being so close to me.
I see.
Nice things.
Yeah, all nice things.
If you imagine me to be kind to those in a similar business within spitting distance of my place, you should expect the curses of capitalism to be hurting me much more than that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Potiker.
Of course. He opens his ledger back up and goes back to filling it out.
Guess I'm just gonna head over to Bottled Solution.
Alright, it is like literally a 5-minute walk, if that.
Alright. I'm gonna walk in and look around.
So compared to the Pillbug's Pantry, which is kind of like set up very much like a stereotypical alchemist store, like there's potions and ingredients on some of the shelves, a majority behind some form of glass container. This one is kind of like a madman's setup. There are empty potion bottles in a corner. There are large amounts of potion ingredients in by the bushel in areas. Kind of like if you've ever gone to like a Whole Foods where they just have like the crate of nondescript bean. Like it's very much that sort of vibe where they're like, oh, it's actually better that everything's just kind of loose. And behind the counter, sort of like tweaking the look of a potion bottle, you see a male half-elf by the name of Nisk. He goes, oh, hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome to Bottled Solutions, one of the best alchemical supply stores this side of Sandpoint.
Well, hello, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, madam. How can I help you today?
I'm just kind of looking around. I was curious, if I could perhaps sample your healing potions.
Oh, my apologies. I unfortunately do not provide samples. I cannot imagine a single place that would want to do samples of healing potions. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just tossing it back within seconds, right? Who cares about the flavor?
Well, I've heard some things about your store,
Mm-hmm.
and I went over and I spoke with Mr. Potiker, and he offered me a sample of his healing potion.
Mr. Potiker. Unfortunately, we run very different businesses. If that cranky old coot wanted to give you a sample of a healing potion, all the power to him. Unfortunately, all I can provide is a guarantee that all my wares work perfectly. And I don't
Well,
need...
word on the street has it that your healing potions taste like cherries and aren't very effective.
Well, as for the first point, why wouldn't you want them to be at least somewhat flavorful? I mean, it's a lot more enjoyable to drink something with a flavor rather than the lack of a taste that most of them have. As for the second, we're in Sandpoint, dear. Everyone gossips. Doesn't mean everything on the street is true, of course.
I see. And how long have you been making potions for?
Several years. I'm not as good as my mentor, but I've been... I don't mean to toot my own horn, but anything that Potiker can make, I can make something just as good.
Can I see if he's been lying to me?
Sure. Roll me a hidden perception check.
Hidden perception. Okay. Where do I see perception again?
It's just on your
here
left side. Yep.
Private GM roll?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see it.
Exactly.
I mean, I can see it, sorry.
Oh. Oh well. Nothing he has been saying is a lie. What you can tell is that some of the stuff is lies by omission or like half truths. He didn't directly answer the question of word on the street is your potions don't work well. He just said everyone has rumors here. But nothing he has said is directly like him looking you in the eyes and saying, yeah, I'm a fucking liar. It is him basically covering his ass in that kind of way. Like, if you've worked retail, you know how to, like,
Yep.
say, tell people what they want to hear without giving too much away. That's basically what he's doing.
I see. What was his name again?
His name is Nisk Tander.
Okay, Mr. Tander, I don't believe that you're telling me everything that you know.
Well, of course, if I told you everything I knew, then we'd both be here for quite a while.
I feel as though you are, through either malice or sheer incompetence, and I'm more likely leaning towards the second one. You are selling the townsfolk here wrong potions, and potions that don't work.
And do you have any proof for this claim?
I know some adventurers who have tried your potions, and not only did it not heal them, it just did nothing.
Well, for one, were they adventurers?
Yes.
Were they adventurers, Kay?
I don't know.
They were
I'm
not.
just gonna lie to him.
They were just guys.
I'm just gonna lie. Who cares? I'm gonna lie to him.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting, interesting.
Wonder what that's about.
Well, the second thing was me. I just had it on Lela. And he goes, well, if your adventuring party did purchase any potions from me and they did not work, I am happy to provide replacements.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you are committing hard to this, and I'm not sure what the goal is. I was just like,
either.
I was just like, here's a hook for you to play with, and then you were like, I'm hard committing. And I was just over here like, alright.
I thought this was
Real
the
ADHD moment.
You're like a dog that was handed a squeaky toy, and instead of like just playing with it like normally, you instead went completely feral and just started violently shaking it back and forth to the point where now your entire body is like moving.
Hey, you have an out by just saying you will be sure to let them know. You can just leave.
I'm loving this, by the way. This isn't me as the DM going like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. This is me as a DM going, I want to see how far we can go. That's the kind of improv I love. It is, I'm gonna keep going until someone tells me to die.
I'll be back for you. I'll be back one of these days. I'll be back.
Is that a threat?
No.
It's a promise.
Roll me society?
It's so ominous. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's a society roll. Yeah, I think that he's just gonna nod and go, okay, yeah, that's not a threat. Okay. And we're gonna take a break from Lela and have Kay think about what she's done.
That's so ominous, Kay. What the fuck?
I'll
I'll be back for you after you just shook him down.
Who else would like to do something in town?
I'm just gonna silently eat my food over here.
It's okay, it's fine. It was great.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I just found it funny how halfway through you were like, what the fuck am I doing?
Cert will be looking to perform more research on the topic at hand, this time looking for someone who might be knowledgeable on the topic. And I had ascertained that a lead might take me to Broddart's house.
Yes.
To speak with Broddart Quink.
Yes. you go over to Broadert. Let me see if I got an image for this guy, because I have actors for like half of the fucking town.
There is one.
How-
If you double click on it, it shows like a little like half bust for him.
For those that were in Hive of Corruption, they also use this guy's art for the mayor.
Literally
You
everyone
knock.
but Caius.
What's up?
Literally everyone here but Caius.
Lots of peaches.
Shut up,
and,
Caius.
Yeah.
That's alright.
You knock on the door and you see a wizened old man go, "Oh, hello. Who might you be? Are you one of them debt collectors?"
Oh no, I'm no such thing, sir. I believe you are. This should be the Quink residence.
Yes, I am that. Just give me one moment. He gives you like the hand sign of just do a step back, and he flips over his welcome mat that previously had like a nondescript person on it that said live, laugh, love. On the other side, it now says my home is a tomb for tax collectors. He goes, "Ah, yes, please come in."
Excellent. Well, at least we won't be interrupted, I suppose.
I cannot
Uh,
imagine we will, if anyone knows better. You
I love
see him look over your shoulder at a bird that is sitting on top of Gorby's shack, and he goes, "Yeah, keep flying."
Yeah,
I love
Cert
this guy.
Cert will follow him in.
You follow him in. Compared to the madman that you have met, his house is beautifully set up. It is very cozy. Are a large amount of tomes neatly stacked everywhere. He has a few scrolls on a desk that he is skimming through. You see. Roll me a craft check for fun.
Okay. Yeah, my crafting is not particularly great, but here we go.
Cool. You recognize what is best described in modern terms as a shotgun sitting next to his stairs. That seems to be loaded. And he goes, "Oh, but yes, you were trying to research something, I imagine. That's why the majority of people come here. What are you trying to research?"
Yes, I do believe I have located something of old Thassalon, buried deep beneath the earth, and its
Ooh.
strange properties have worried me ever so slightly. So I would hope that your sagely advice would be relevant on this.
Well, I am happy to assist. But as we all know, everything nowadays has a cost to it, of course. If you would not mind helping me decipher some of the scrolls and stuff that I have for, say, 2 days of work, feels though that's a fair amount, then I will be more than happy to help you for free. Otherwise, you can purchase my services for a small penance.
Of course, I see no issues with assisting you with your needs and your work, if it means I receive some assistance in kind.
Well, if only to be fair, I will give you a one-time freebie, of course, and then we will begin the translating of my work. And after those 2 days, I'm happy to assist you as needed. But obviously, if I'm busy, then I won't really be able to assist you, of course.
Of course.
But yes, let's begin with what you currently know, and then we will begin some discussion, and I will look through the corresponding research that I might have. So what is the object that you are trying to research, what you know about so far, and basically anything like that. I'll just be meandering about. I'm I listen while I walk, so don't feel as though you have to stand up or anything. Take a seat.
Okay then. Let me begin from the beginning. We had wandered into what seems to be a man-made structure below the ground to a decent degree. It's hard to gauge exactly how far below the earth it remains, but the structure itself lent way to, I would assume, based on some of the other ruins in the area, namely the one immediately to the northwest, of more Thessalonian building style. Namely, as well, it seemed to the main piece of which I have come for your discretion is a series of crystals that seem to thrum with arcane energy even all this much time later. Their powers have waned considerably, but it was still enough to impart a little bit of, I guess you would describe it as static upon contact. It lent a vision of the past, I presume. It's hard to tell. It was a rush of fragments and jumbles and snippets, but it seemed that the original purpose of the crystal was perhaps storage for just raw arcane energies.
And forgive me for asking. You are a Samsaran, correct?
Yes, and astute of you to note.
Well, regrettably, I have not met many of your kind, only, I believe, one in the past, perhaps even before their cycle began. Hard to tell. But he walks over, grabs the shotgun from next to his stairs, and hands it to you and goes, assuming that you are related to them, do you feel anything special from this? Assuming that anything related to one of your past has a key to a locked door within your memories. Perhaps this will, give you something? Consider it a pet theory of mine.
Of course, I'm more than willing to humor it. I know only the basic details from my parents as for the homeland of Tianxia. It seems they weren't expecting myself to turn out the way I am upon their immigration over here to the inner sea region. And he'll take the weapon. I'm afraid I don't feel any inherent connection to this, nor any tinge upon it. It was most likely a different Samsarin incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say. The memories we possess of our former lives are never so concrete as to call upon them. It's much more like a sense of deja vu or a haze. If I were to describe it to someone who hasn't experienced it, it's like a waking dream, for which you know it's a dream. You know it's fake, yet you can feel the ash on your skin, the rain in the air, the buzz of weather, but only in your dreams.
Interesting. Well, I apologize if my assumption that one Samsaran's past could be related to yours. And he takes the gun back, placing it back.
It's quite alright.
But that would mean that whatever this relic that you have found is has a greater connection, yes? Or assuming that it would bring these foggy memories back to the surface.
Well, that's the thing. I do not believe they were memories pertaining to my previous incarnation, as they would have most undoubtedly have existed in Tianxia, as one of the compatriots I was with had also experienced flashes and images pertaining to the item in question. Theirs were actually somewhat different from my own, though similar in nature and content.
Interesting. Well, I think we're getting a bit tangent. I would love to spitball more ideas related to your Samsaran existence, I suppose is the best terminology. But back to the main meat and potatoes of our discussion. This object, apologies, my memory is fading a bit as I get older. And occasionally I have epiphanies, so we will see how much is me misremembering something versus me magically guessing from or mind palace as to what it was. So, Palacian runes were in it, yes? Or at least around it?
Structurally, it appeared so, yes. I'm no expert on the topic, but judging from a great many of the oldest buildings here in Sandpoint, there were similarities.
Following that, it produced a heat when getting close to it, yes?
I believe so, yes. I never laid my hands directly upon it. I had merely experienced I suppose, sort of whiplash from attempting to console the individual I was with that had made contact with it.
See. Now I'm gonna have you do your check.
Excellent.
I'm gonna let you basically tease it by doing scribing lore with a +1 bonus since Bodert is helping you. And it'll be in between the DC for the standard research check. What's your Arcana bonus, actually?
That was the wrong one. I meant to add the +1. My Arcana is terrible.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll go with that one. I will let you re-roll it, though.
Yeah, I'll just turn on Cryptomasia as it also gives me a +1.
Oh, damn. Got everything.
Cryptomasia specifically is usually only utilized in skills I'm not trained in, but just for convenience, I'll toggle it for this.
I'd say that makes
never
sense.
mind, I did it privately. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, no, that's fine. That is not a critical success, but it is a success.
Perfect.
He flips through a handful of books until he eventually reaches one. Pulls it out and goes and starts reading from, paraphrasing from it. The Rune Tower, known as the Old Light, was believed to be an ancient collapsed lighthouse. Since then, we have learned more about ancient Thalosia. The Old Light was revealed to be once been known as the Hellstorm Flume, powerful weapon used by Rune Lord Alasnis to protect her nation's eastern border from Karzog's nation of Salost. The Flume, however, had no association with hell. It was named for its ability to emit a flume of searing flame at extraordinary range to blast opposing armies with a devastating inferno. Based on the information that you have provided me, I believe that this correlates to the item you are talking of. And also, just for everybody, I'm going to post this in our chat, so you have that as easy reference.
That would make sense, then.
Which, in turn, you could say that the catacombs that you all found this in would be the, air quotes, Hellstorm catacombs, I suppose.
That would confirm a great many things, as I wasn't entirely certain of it, but I do remember there being a statue of an individual wielding a ranseur. If that were a statue depicting Alasnis, that would all but confirm your theory.
I think we did this check the other day, and literally everyone failed except for Cert, and Cert was like, God fucking damn it, that's Alasnis.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if we succeeded or not, so I didn't want to try.
I think you succeeded, and then everyone else failed, which made it extra funny, where Cert was like, I wonder who this could be, and then in the back of your mind, like, one of your ancestors was like, fucking Alasnis, you idiot.
The rest of us are sitting there open-mouthed, a little bit of drool coming out of the side.
It's like that image of one person looking up stoically as the other are like wide open mouth trying to eat rain.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I have no idea what that meme's called, but yeah, that.
I know the one. Yes. So, Hellstorm Ruins. Well, I suppose we're in luck then that their arcane power is mostly depleted to the point of it being relatively harmless, as I would have hated to have accidentally set off the power it contains if these texts are as accurate as they are. And
Well,
there's no embellishment in the work.
assuming that there is no embellishment, you do need to keep in mind an item that is mostly empty is very different than an item that is empty. These are... He flips through a few more of the books and is like, the Hellstorm flumes were described as being able to conflagrate entire fleets of ships. Flips to another page. Burning the countryside so that nothing could ever grow again. Another flip. Making it seem like a dragon's breath was nothing in comparison. I don't wish to alarm you, but I feel as though if you cross off the idea of this being mostly harmless or harmless, is a bit... What's the term?
Foolish?
Well, I wasn't going to call you a fool. I've grown accustomed to you for our short meeting. And it'd be quite rude to call a new associate a fool. But
Not fun, just accustomed.
I never said I started indifferent. I'm not friendly to you yet. Fuck you.
I'm not even over there talking to you.
Those goddamn crows. Sorry.
Give me your tax money. Give me your tax money.
Sorry, 1 second. He opens the window. He loads the shotgun, shoots a bird out of the fucking sky, goes, that'll show him. Yes, but, I do not think that it would be safe for you to just completely mark this off of your mind. It may be true that it is currently inactive and has very minimal charges, but you and I both don't know the full extent of what this is capable of, let alone how powerful it would be at the end of the day.
Of course. Hence why I'm exercising caution and speaking to an expert on old Thessalonian relics and lore, rather than trying to ascertain it myself.
Well, indeed. But, for now, I believe that'll cover your first, air quotes, free session. Let's get describing, boy! He pulls out, like, a lot of scrolls and such, and now you are legally required to help him go through all of the fun stuff of scribing, which is basically you are going to, air quotes, earn income with his help. Let me get up
the earn income macro ready.
Wonderful.
What level is this? Like level 1, level 2 earn income stuff?
Old fucking coot. I love this guy.
As with other methods of earning income, maximum task level 4. So you can pick 1 through 4, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start at level 2 then, and proceed from there.
Okay.
Nice.
He writes good.
He writes hella fucking good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can take, I don't know how critical success works for earning income, but I'm about to learn.
It pretty much ups the bracket of the per day income gain.
You are trained. You get 5 silver.
Mhm.
And I will say that you do significantly more progress than expected. So, next time you have an easier time. You don't have to do like as much work the next time to get the next air quotes free sample of lore.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the results of my scene.
Fuck did Lela? You over there? What'd you
I'm
do?
showing Puddle the big puddle.
Puddle looks you dead in the eyes, and looks over to the little thing over here. Like the little island next to the broken lighthouse. And in a voice that that you swear you have heard before, but you never physically remember, it says, "Many people died there."
I'm sorry, what?
Eh?
Okay.
It's fine. This is what happens when you go off an adventure. The DM goes, "Uh-oh."
I just
Aw.
thought I'd put myself there because it'd be funny to say I'm showing Puddle the puddle.
Yeah. Alright, Faunra, Aloise, who wants to go next?
Do you have a plan?
I have an idea, not so much a plan.
What's your idea?
Okay.
I was gonna go visit the Curious Goblin.
I'll be back.
The Curious Goblin. What number is that?
22.
22. Nyum. Nyum. It's the one I think it is. I think it is. Oh no. Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Oh no. The fucker I think it is.
I want to go
No,
to the
it's
Pixie
not.
Kitten next.
That's a brothel.
Yep, I know.
Okay. Here's your mans.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh.
This is a
Kind of
books,
like
bookstore, scrolls, and spellcasting services.
looks a little flamboyant.
Well, you know what they say, the best fruits are ones found in a basket.
Yep.
But what can I help you with, madam?
I actually don't think this is what. No, it is exactly what I wanted. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna like say hello in like goblin, just like talking in my head like, you're not what I expected. I've never been in here before. Not much of a reader.
Understandable. I mean, also to be fair, it's mostly in reference to the goblin attack parties that come through here.
Little irreverent, no?
It's more fun to be irreverent. Also, he points his thumb back out the window and you see the whole theater. Kind of next to the theater. You kind of have to be irreverent to be this close.
Well,
But yeah, what can I help you with, madam?
sorry, I'm a little stunned from a human. That's quite odd. So I'll move past it. I swear, I'll move past.
I mean, a super majority of the town's human, huh?
I'm aware, but I went to the Curious Goblin and I found a human.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. No great shakes. Ah, I just wanted.
For those curious, Sandpoint is 0.5% goblin.
I knew there was goblins here.
Which is about 6 goblins in the entirety of the town.
Which is awesome. And I'm ready to speak to him if I gotta.
Yeah? But he goes,
Anyway.
"Oh, there was an image for Nisk. Sorry. Here's Nisk, everyone." I didn't even see Nisk.
Nisk is a fella. He's got a morning star. Cave, don't threaten him again.
I've killed 40 men. But, outside of the interesting interaction we've started with, anything I can help you with, dear?
I heard you have some. You pretty
Oh,
good with
wait.
local history.
1 second. I'm dumb as hell. Sidrak is the guy that I showed you. This is Chask.
Still
Apologies.
flamboyant though.
Still a little fruity, but
Got a little more of that sass though. Like he'll snap a Z, but he'll talk and not at all. But
yeah.
the moment you say something, snap a Z. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fruit in the way a tomato is a fruit.
I make a damn good salsa though.
Yeah. Just like, I heard you have local history.
Indeed I do. Indeed I do. What can I hunt you down for?
Something. I know Sandpoint's not exactly a town known for being peaceful,
Aye, it's not.
but I'm looking. I was hoping to see if any events probably related to around about 18-ish years ago might be connected to something I've discovered.
And that would be...
I can only describe them as evil stones.
Evil stones.
Fire stones.
Evil fire stones.
And I know Sandpoint's had its issues.
And Sandpoint's had a variety of issues, yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like these would be connected, but I'd hate to be taken aback and not have been able to do something about it.
Well, how about this? I'll skim through some of the stuff I got. And then, after I get all that done, I'll tell you if I find anything. In the meantime, you take a look around, you tell me if you see anything you like, okay?
Aye.
Alright, you have a good one, okay?
Oh, fine.
Alright, yeah, he takes a few moments to go through his ledgers and black books, all that sort of fun stuff. What is Faunra drawn to as she's waiting?
She's probably gonna actually read about anything about goblins, since now she's on goblins.
Okay.
She just well, I was expecting goblins. I'm gonna get goblins. Damn it! I'm gonna get.
Okay. You know, this will be fun for me. Not for you, for me. Gather information.
I'm very curious why this is fun for you and not me.
Alright, I put the gather information thing in your exploration stuff. Yep. It's a diplomacy check, but for this I will also allow perception. Or society.
Perception or society or diplomacy?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll roll my society.
Yes.
18.
18.
Society.
As you are skimming through random books, you find what is described as sort of a reprinted journal of previous adventurers. And as you're just lazily flipping through, you see the name Rip Nugget.
Oh. I remember that name.
Yes, you do. Boop, 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 boop. Rip Nugget was a goblin chieftain back around 18 years ago during the adventure Rise of the Rune Lords. He died, but it's believed that he came back. There's a few, like, post-it notes that people have added that are kind of turning the journal into more of like a collage book that also has like rumors and stuff, but the ones that really catch your eyes are when another time that someone saw Rip Nugget was killed, their halfling friend tried to put on the armor. Within the next few days, they found their halfling friend dead. And the armor missing. Additionally, from what the book describes Rip Nugget as, it would make no sense if he was undead for him to have been idle for this long. And as you are like getting deep into the book and trying to read more and more, Chess comes by and goes, "Excuse me, miss.
I
Unfortunately, we didn't find anything really related to the fire rocks and that sort of stuff. What we did find was this," and he pulls out an old journal, that has like a written note in very messed up writing, in the sense of like if you tried to write something with your non-dominant hand. What's your name by chance?
Faunra.
Oh. Huh. He hands it to you. The note on the book says, "To my daughter Faunra."
Now that's unexpected.
Yeah, we got it from some orcish guy about 5-10 years back.
Is he still in town by chance?
Not as far as I'm aware. He makes like a motion towards one of his hands, like a quick chop. He went, "Wherever he is, he's hopefully doing better than how he left."
Oh well. Thank you for this. I will also be purchasing this from you if that's no trouble. The book I was reading.
We'll say 2 silver.
Very well. Here you go.
Pep. Yeah. Would you like to skim through the book?
Yes.
All right. Roll me just roll me a flat intelligence check.
Don't got that.
I'm sure that you can.
My int is +1.
You cannot just roll stats.
I'm just gonna
as checks.
I'm
Pain.
just gonna roll d20 +1.
That's a
I don't know how I
d12
did
plus
that,
1.
but that is not a. Yeah,
just,
I didn't do that on purpose.
Just do like occultism then, just for the sake of sanity.
Very well. I never find this page whenever I need it. It's kind of fucked. Okay, there it is.
I know, right?
I think your like VTT thing is just kind of fucked. With a 17, you realize that this book is written in a very, very weird code. It is written in Orcish, but the words are nonsense. Or rather, the scribing is nonsense. Then you say a phrase out loud and you go, "Oh, and you realize that they have written it in Orcish, but the only way to understand a majority of it is that you have to say it, or at least think it, in your mind, and then you realize, wait, this is the phonetic version of Elvish."
Oh. Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, it's
you
not.
say it out loud. You're like, oh, God.
Like writing Chinese and English
Yeah,
with the English alphabet.
yeah, like absolute fucking nightmare. But, the first passage, or the first page says, "Dear Faunra, I hope you forgive me for all that I have taken from you, and all that I have left you with. All I hope is that if you do come here, and you do find this book, that you do not follow the same path I did. I am sure that by the time you read this, you have taken after your mother, are a beautiful young girl, strong of mind and will, happy to help her friends, very easy to understand, and most importantly, not taking after her idiot father. I do not write this to you with the purpose of trying to tell you to take a different path or rethinking what you are doing. You are an adult. We both know this. Your decisions are your own. I am not going to sit here and try to write down ways that you should redo your life. What I will write down here is things you should know. The first thing you should know is that I loved your mother, and I love you. That will not change, no matter what you read in here. If you hate me by the end of this book, that is fine. If you no longer have any respect for me, that is also fine. But most importantly, I need you to understand one simple thing. You are your own person. Don't become me.
Faunra's gonna really have to take some time on that one.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's almost like that's why I wrote it like that. God. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's so quirky. But as Faunra is going through that, Aloise, Aloise, what are you doing on your first quiet day?
I want to go to the Red Dog Smithy.
You want to go to the smithy?
Yeah.
Alright, what number is that? I don't have all the numbers memorized, I apologize.
Number 15.
Number 15. As is tradition, I'm gonna get y'all the picture of this guy.
And frankly,
Is this even a place that's like open? Does he have his doors open?
Yeah.
Like,
You see him working on a few things. He doesn't look behind him before he notices that you're here, and he goes, "Right, if you're one of those fuckers that's gonna ask for, oh, I need my mace sharpened, you can go fuck yourself. And if you're not one of them, I'm not selling any of my crap here, so you need to fuck off and go buy it elsewhere."
I have a weird dog.
We have a weird dog.
He pauses, and like that. Have you guys ever like had like a dialed in response to a situation, and then someone just says something that completely rips you out of your autopilot, and you just go, "I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say?"
I think it eats metal. We have a weird dog.
The man's face goes from anger to just astonishment, confusion, then goes, "Why did you come here for your weird dog?"
You named your place after a dog. I assume you like dogs as I do.
I'm not sure if I should be annoyed at the questions or just saddened that your first response to "we got a dog that eats metal" is to come to a smithy named the Red Dog Smithy.
Yeah, spare metals.
Aloise, put
Would
this
you be able
truck
to
in
make
the warehouse.
toys for our dog?
Bare metal.
Lass, are you alright in the head?
No.
Okay, well, I appreciate the honesty. Best place to get spare metal, I guess, is Junker's Edge. Beach below. People throw a ton of crap out, probably has scrap metal, but... the hell you came
Would you be
here
able to
for,
make
kid?
toys for the dog?
What?
Would you be able to make toys for our dog?
Make toys.
Lass, this is a smithy. I'm not. I don't make toys for dogs.
Metal toys, though.
Is this a kink thing? I had some people come down here the other day asking for chains and whips and a swing. I don't even want to think about that. Is this a sex thing? You have to tell me if this is a sex thing.
I'm not quite sure I understand what sex is.
Lass, you're getting sadder and sadder with every sentence that comes out of your mouth.
So can you make metal toys?
Lass, are you alright?
Fun enough.
Okay.
Could you make the metal toys?
You are really hung up on this. You recognize that, right?
The dog is very cute.
Right. What? I'll make you one toy. Okay? What do you want?
It's like taking care of a special needs
Mm.
child.
I am Aloise. I have every mental disorder.
I need a toy for my
Maybe.
weird dog.
Maybe a sturdy enough stick so that it can play fetch.
Okay.
Just a rod.
He just grabs, like, a mace that he was working on, just takes off the head, throws it in his scrap pile, hands it to you, and he goes, "Here you go."
Thank you.
You...
Provider.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to work. I'm not gonna make you any more toys for your weird dog.
Mm.
You need smithy services. We can talk about that. You need supplies. You can go to one of the stores around here. Most of them sell my crap.
Mm.
You got other questions about your weird dog? I recommend not coming here for dog questions. If you got a bug at home, I don't recommend going to the pill bug. And if you got a dragon at home, honestly, it'd probably be a good idea to go to the Rusty Dragon for that. Yeah, if you have a dragon at home, go tell the Rusty Dragon.
How much do I owe you?
Look, if I take money from you, I'm going to feel terrible.
Mm.
And this isn't a pity thing. This is just I am hoping this is a dream.
Mm. Okay. I don't take charity, so I'll leave a few coins here.
Lass, if you leave coins here, I'm going to throw them at you and force them back in your hand.
You're welcome to. I'm very strong.
She has like 3 different forms of autism.
She's so advanced.
She's 7'5" and 600 pounds of muscle.
Fun fact, you and Doss have the same strength mod. He goes, Lass, if you leave money here, I'm going to figure out where you are, and I'm going to figure out how to get it back to you. Neither one of us wants to do that.
Would you like to see my weird dog?
Lass, this is getting more and more concerning. I need you to stop talking about your weird dog. Need you to turn around. Go back where you came from. I don't want to see you again. Unless you need my smithy services. Okay?
Okay. She's just gonna step out and leave coins on the doorstep.
God fucking damn it.
So where did he say Aloise can grab some scraps?
The Junkers Beach.
The Junkers Beach.
Number
Is
6.
that 25?
Nope.
Number 6.
This is my favorite interaction so far.
I should mention that Doss literally is one of the few NPCs that starts off unfriendly and also just literally tells people, "Oi, fuck off, go to a store if you want stuff." And then
I like how he said one of those dickheads who says they need their mace sharpened.
roll me perception, I guess.
This one.
You spend a majority of the remainder of the day and find like probably one bulk's worth of like scrap metal that you can take to your weird ass dog. Yeah. You now have like one bulk of scrap metal that you can feed to Puddle.
Yeah, well, we'll drop it off at the cathedral then.
Yeah, you drop it off to Lela, or are you just like dropping it off at like some spot in the cathedral?
Just jumping it on the front step. No, outside my door.
Is there anyone I recognize?
I mean, you see
Xanthus,
Xanthus walking around.
Xanthus.
Yes.
Where does Lela sleep?
Aloise, I am not sure what you are trying to do, but I think asking for her thoughts and opinions of you would be a better use of.
I brought foods.
just leave a sleep bulk of scrap metal and arms. I brought food.
Xanthus looks down at the just like probably basket of scrap metal that you have, and he goes, "Is this a practical joke?"
No. I also have a toy.
You hold out the like literal the handle of a mace, and Xanthus goes, interesting. I'll take it to them, okay?
Thank you.
Of course. So you basically let him do all that sort of stuff, blah de blah de blah. Then when you actually we'll go to Leela's POV. Lela, you see Xanthus with like a basket of scrap metal as he goes, "Lela, I have a question for you."
Yeah, what's up, Xanthus?
Aloise, your friend, yes?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I kind of just agreed with it. I like that. Yeah, sure.
I thought you
Yeah,
were friends, but okay. Is she all right?
She seems fine to me.
Do you have Puddle with you? Or is Puddle in your room sleeping?
Puddle's napping on my pillow.
In your room? Okay.
Yeah. Xanthus does not see him.
I don't think Xanthus has ever seen him, nor has been told of him. And Xanthus goes, okay. Because she said some very concerning things. I think that she isn't eating properly.
What makes you say that?
She handed me a large amount of trash and garbage and said it was food for you.
I look down at the scrap metal. Oh my god, this is perfect! Thank you so much, Xanthus! I reach out to take it from his hands, turn around and close the door.
You take it from him and he goes, "Oh no. Oh no."
like a parent who you see at when their child asks, "Hey, where's the duct tape?" Oh God, what are you up to? Oh God.
Okay.
Or like a hammer or screwdriver or something. Like why? Why do you need
Xanthus
that? Why do you-
walks off, and Lela, you hear from behind your door. Xanthus goes, "Sirt, I have questions." And we will go to the next day. Tonight is when the ritual will begin.
Yay.
So you guys have the rest of the morning to prepare, and then once it goes to night, things will begin proper. So is there any last-minute preparations you all would like to do?
I can't imagine I have anything.
No?
I'm fine with progressing.
Alrighty. Boop, 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 boop.
Aloise swings sword good, not taco no good though.
I think she killed it.
I just
did one
love
fly.
how Eloise is just channeling Kazuma Kiryu at his worst. It's 100%. She will kill you. It will not be hard. But also,
Yeah.
like, if you ask her a simple question, she's gonna flounder. But if there's nothing anyone wants to do, I will commit great crime.
Not the water tower, Ripley.
Things will get a little dark. Actually, here's a question. For Cert.
Yep.
Did you tell Xanthus about Puddle?
No,
Cool.
I haven't had the time to do so. I was like, they're gonna handle that. I need to go research the like potentially mega death crystal.
Cool. So at a like, it's not so much like the standard dining table that everyone does, because it's sort of like a cafeteria type feel for the most part for the church, since there's both like the people who are on hard times in Sandpoint coming for food, in addition to like the people who work at the cathedral. But this is like a more private dining area. And Abstelar and Aldrani are both there. Abstelar has made a very fine meal for everyone. For some unknown reason to a majority of you, he is making sure that Aloise and Lela both have nearly double the servings everyone else does, and if anyone asks him about it, he's just like, I mean, they're growing girls. We need to make sure that they're eating properly. And I will post a picture of the girl.
I'm just confused. I don't know that he doesn't know about Puddle.
This is Cleric. She's a level 9
You-
cleric, by the way.
Yeah, you were like,
Damn.
Sert'll tell him. Sert'll.
No, I figured somebody would.
I would also like to mention that you haven't like actually bonded with Puddle as a familiar, so he's just sleeping in your room for this encounter. So he's also just not here to help.
What? I didn't bond with him?
Not enough to make it an actual
Okay.
familiar ritual. But Aldrani explains that she is a worshipper of Ashava, the Lord of Dancers, Lonely Spirits, and Moonlight. She's happy to heal anybody, and she fully supports Abstelar's plan to speak to Nualia's spirit. And she basically describes how everything works. Due to how she died, her past with Sandpoint, and 2 decades, the desecration of her remains, all of this combined makes it difficult to call her spirit. Both me and Abstelar will have to be entirely focused on making sure that the ritual is functional and succeeds. While this is happening, speaking with the dead in turn makes the border between this realm and the other weak. So undead will attempt to interrupt the ritual. In turn, you all either need to bolster the defenses, deal with them, or make sure that Nualia's spirit answers.
You reckon we do that?
Abstelar chimes in and goes, I can provide a few general ideas of what to talk to her about, but allow Aldrahi finish. She says, yes. The reason why we brought you all here at night is so that we can perform it under moonlight, which allows the bonds between this realm and the other to be lessened. Technically, it's not fully dark yet. It's getting close, though. Well, an hour after sunset. So it's like just sunsetting now. We will enter the courtyard. There will be enough room for everything that you need. We do have a few extra lanterns that we can set up as needed. Will take an hour for the ritual to function. Or to begin. And it won't be until near the end if we know that it'll be messed up or anything. But, allow me, through the voice of God, to explain what you all will be doing during this.
Hello, it is me, the voice of God.
Hi, God.
Hi.
God.
Hello, I'm speaking directly into your minds.
In order to succeed at this challenge... You good?
Yeah, I just think that's really funny. God speaking like that, and then going into the rules.
Yeah. You will gain the Bolster the Ritual action, which is Arcana or Occultism, Intimidation, Performance, or Religion.
Fuck.
Occultism?
I love religion. It's
I
my favorite.
love occultism.
I love intimidation.
You
I
said
literally love
occultism, some intimidation, religion, and what else?
Seeing if there's a... If it's in the notes here, because it'll probably be in the notes here.
Occultism, intimidation, religion.
And what was the fourth one?
I will just post this in our chat. That'll be easier. Well, it'll have the DCs, but everything is 19.
Oh, okay. Performance and Arcana, those are what I was missing. Okay.
Yep.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
I'm a slut for a good Gruyere.
Why do you say it like that?
Like Swiss.
We are not
No,
rolling right
range.
away, but
Okay.
Oh.
I'm just telling you all because this is how it'll work. You guys don't have to worry about deleting stuff as of yet. Welcome to
Oh.
the courtyard.
There is no token in the scene which gives you visibility. of the area.
Me, I'm the players. We can't fucking see. Me.
No
Yeah,
way!
that's what
We're
it
the
sound like.
players. Ripley brought us to a table that he was me.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah, my bad.
gonna break your
Yeah,
fucking
Faye, that's
kneecap.
what you sound like.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay, okay. But if you have any questions in the meantime before we begin proper, please go ahead and ask.
Lela,
Yes.
was the food from the other night alright?
Oh, loved it.
Good. Oh, and Xanthus.
So we're going to be making a combination of skill checks, and I presume we are on a battle map because if we fuck up, or is there some sort of combat to expect as well?
Peeling back the curtain a little bit. There will be shadows attacking, like, the barrier of the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail to bolster it, they will attack. And if they proceed to defeat you all, you have to redo the ritual another day.
Okay. So it's if
The
we
ritual is getting done. Okay.
if we fail, it'll turn into a combat situation.
Yes. There is like a thing that is happening before this, but I'm keeping it secret-ish.
Of course.
But literally how it works is all of you will roll to bolster the ritual. You need a total of 3 points to succeed. If you get less than 3, combat starts. If you kill the shadows, easy peasy. Otherwise, Nualia shows up, and I'll explain how to talk to Nualia when she has showed up, so you guys don't have, like, information overload.
Okay.
But does anyone have questions about mechanics and stuff for the moment?
Working on a good mechanic.
What's up?
Nothing. Okay.
Okay.
She made a joke. That's it.
Oh, she was full robot for me, so...
Oh.
I have a question in character.
Okay.
Xanthus.
Stream fucking exploded again. What the hell?
Oh,
So did Donald.
Uh-oh.
refresh.
No, like, 0 kbps.
Edge.
Oh, it's back.
The fuck? Y'all gotta remind me for the next one to also just be recording it in the background.
Mhm.
Yes,
Humu.
quickly.
Close out of that, if that helps at all. I don't think it will, but... Alright. I guess we'll see if the VOD crashes during that or not. But yes, question in character.
Xanthus,
Yes.
have you been made aware of the job Discarnetti's offered for me?
No.
They seem to be interested in pestering the church at some night or the other.
Well,
That might be
they
tonight.
do enjoy getting in between all of our stuff, but unless you have specifics, I'm afraid that not as helpful as you would imagine.
No.
Regrettable, but a learning experience at the end of the day, is it not?
I am no spy.
I was not insinuating that you would become a spy. I was more insinuating that follow-up questions and explaining things are helpful.
Sounds like spy work.
You have like super autism. I swear.
I love it.
You have autism, or you have Aloise autism? Xanthus will also just cast light on himself. Alright, they take you to the courtyard, and begin preparing their ritual. After about 10 minutes in, as they start lighting the second row of candles, one of the other acolytes, Juniper, runs over, sees them in progress of the ritual, and runs over to you all and goes, "Hi, hello, sir. Hi, Lela. Pleasure, as always. There's a small problem. The entrance of the cathedral, and I need assistance."
What kind of
Um,
problem?
It's a mob.
There's a mob outside the cathedral.
Yes.
What on Galarian could they possibly be here for at this hour?
You know, great question. Couldn't really hear them over one of them trying to swing a torch at me. But yeah, they said something about playing with the dead.
Oh. Why would they even care? Listen. We're going to have to probably postpone this for a moment to handle them. I'd hate for civilians to get tied up in this, especially considering the dangers that this poses, but I want to help her spirit find rest.
Sir, you just know, because of how this sort of ritual works, is that if they want to end it or pause it, the items that they have used would be wasted, and they would have to re-get those items.
Yeah.
So you guys would have to separate, deal with it, and then come back.
that would also compromise the procession of the ritual.
You guys are not
Agreed.
active participants of the ritual as of
Okay.
right now.
As of right now. Okay, so what you're saying is we could go deal with that, come back, and nothing would be...
Correct.
Okay.
If they come in and interrupt, or if you guys
Yes.
get Abstolar and Aldrahi to help with the situation, that would end it.
Okay. Well, then it's definitely in our best interest to just go handle this situation so it doesn't become a problem-style situation.
All right. The four of you go to the... Yes?
Xanthus, wait a second.
They are in the
Xanthus,
ritual.
will
They
you go?
cannot split
cannot
and
talk.
talk. Yeah, they are focused on it.
I might just stay. I might just stay with them then.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay.
Because the back is open, right? We're out in the open.
You guys are in a courtyard.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay with them.
So, like, if we go to the original Sandpoint map, I'll switch it to day. Y'all see the little courtyard in the middle of the cathedral?
Oh, okay, not in the open.
Correct.
Okay.
Go back
Okay,
here.
I'll leave then.
All right. The four of you get to the door. You guys see Karn Scarnetti at the front. And he's a large amount of the voices that are yelling and shouting are saying, you guys are taunting the dead, playing with evil spirits. The dead should stay dead. There is no reason to, like, bring them back up. One of them says, yeah, and fuck those tax collectors. Am I right?
Wonder
Wait
who
a
that
second.
could be. Wonder...
Sir, you see fuck was his name? Quink? Yeah, Brodert Quink. Just like with a torch, and he says, you lock eyes with him, and he's like, look, I love a good mob. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I'm actually not upset about this. It's been a while since I've been in a good mob.
Really in the moment. I'm just
Look,
digging the energy.
I love the energy here. A little intense, but I love it. But Charn Scarnetti, ignoring the crazy old man in the back, and was like, look, everyone knows that there's no reason to be talking to someone who's been dead for nearly 2 decades. The only thing we're doing here, trying to invite evil ghosts into our town. Do we really need evil ghosts in our town? Come along now.
I see one now.
Oh, violence, is it? You guys have to figure out how to, disperse the crowd. What I will tell you is the options that are available to you. And I will pre-warn you if something would lead into the 5th option, which is a bad one. You can appeal to the mob. You can perform diplomacy. You can try to misdirect the mob. You could try to threaten the mob. Or, the one you shouldn't do, violence.
I'll try to appeal to the mob with diplomacy.
Well, you said 2 different things. I'm assuming you want to do a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
Cool. You can do make an impression. And before you roll, tell me what Lila's trying to say to the mob. To, like, make everything a little easier.
I don't know. We're trying to put this spirit to rest. It's not resting now, and it's more dangerous to keep it how it is. If all goes well, which means you all leave us be for the next hour, then we're gonna live in a much safer town.
All right. Roll me a diplomacy check. Okay. Is there anything else that people would like to do?
Is this a one check wins all, or is this a multiple avenues to success sort of situation?
I'm not gonna tell you.
I mean, then, in the sense of do we all have to make a roll of some kind, or was it Lela basically being the sole person that will swing the
if
stick
if
of the
you all
pass?
want to try different avenues, you can. If you guys just like want to help Lela, that's also an option. You can just try to aid Lela. If you
Yeah.
do try to aid Lela, you don't get to do your own thing.
That's perfectly fine. I think she did a good job. I'll just be aiding Lela
Okay.
in convincing people that this is the right course of action.
Yeah. Yeah, you also roll me diplomacy just for the aid check.
Yep.
Also gonna give everyone a hero point. It's been a minute, but we also haven't done a fuck ton of rolls, so. Does that even do anything? That's a fail.
If it counts as an aid, that is a fail.
Yep, it does nothing on failure.
Okay. Aloise and Faunra, what are you two doing?
I think Aloise is looking at any familiar faces in the crowd, any insiders, eyeing them up.
I'd imagine the
Um,
Scarnetti.
Yeah, at the front of the... Before you can even, like, glance over the crowd, you look at Charn Scarnetti, the guy sitting at the front, and you're like, oh, fuck, I used to work with him. Fuck, I used to work under him.
Is there anyone else mixed in the crowd though? Just like, trying to.
There's so many people that you can't tell who's like an actual villager, who's like one of the mobsters. You know, roll me. You have like crime lore.
No,
Not have crime lore. What Scarnetti gave you a crime lore? You got mercantile lore. Interesting. And charming liar. Double interesting.
I doubt that Aloise is very charming. I gotta be honest, Chief.
Well, it's not that Aloise is charming, it's just that everyone just takes what Aloise says at face value because they're so bewildered of the time.
Roll me a society check, Eloise. But make it a blind check. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'll let it ride. I gotta respect it.
Gotta let the Pat 20 go, yeah.
You know that the Scarnettis only have exactly what they need to make something bigger. So just from like a quick glance, you think like the Scarnettis are basically like throwing kindling onto this fire, but for the most part, they didn't have to add a lot of their own numbers. You think you can see like the guy who offered you the job the other day. You see Charn, you see like a few other like names of the Scarnettis, but a majority of them are like not focused on the crime part of their situation. They're more focused on the like day-to-day business stuff. You think a majority of this is not the Scarnettis causing problems on purpose? You think it's literally the village is trying to fuck with people?
Mm.
I don't know why I wanted to break the shit out of a thing during that. I have the worst fidget toys. I'm sorry.
Again.
But yeah, with that, you have that information.
Either way, I assume over all that time she's been working with the Scarnettis, they've seen the way she fights. They've seen what she looks like before a fight breaks out. And mechanically, she has intimidating glare as a feature. She's gonna very targetedly just like look at the familiar faces in that particular way.
Okay, so you're trying to intimidate the crowd? Or threaten the crowd, I suppose? Alright, roll me intimidation check.
Hidden? Or public?
We'll do public. We did Lilo's public, so... Okay. Faunra, what do you want to do? You can always just decide, I'm going to help one of these two.
Well, I don't have good rolls on anything though here. I'll just help. I guess I'll help Aloise.
Okay.
I feel like Faunra is more about that option.
Also do intimidation.
Yeah. That one +1. It fails.
Mm.
What do you say to the crowd?
Boo.
What would I say to the crowd?
Yes.
If I was helping Aloise with a threaten,
Mm-hmm.
what was like? Regardless of your feelings, this ritual is proceeding.
So that's a critical fail on Faunra's behalf.
Oh.
So you say the ritual was proceeding, and you hear one guy go, "Boo!" Tomato. Right on Faunra's face. I will now explain the DCs that you all had to pass. For intimidation, it was DC 18. So thankfully,
Barely.
even with Faunra's -1 from aid being a critical failure, that still passes. For diplomacy, that was also 19.
Okay.
So you all thankfully get rid of all of them, but Charn says, well, at the very least, I'll make sure that some of the other people in town are aware that this happened. I wish you all a good night. As he...
Slither on, snake.
Well, you know what they say
Shush.
about snakes, you never know where they'll fall. As he walks away with that fucking nonsense statement that he said. If y'all would have
You didn't say
committed
that.
violence or casted any spell, the crowd would have dispersed and you would have lost 2 reputation with everything.
Ooh.
If you would have killed a NPC there, you would have lost 5 with every faction.
Surprised they would even like assume that you would do that.
Well, attacking anyone, kind of weird. But it says casting a spell.
I do find that a bit strange, but
It's like an old town, my guy.
Yeah, they're very conservative.
Yeah.
still,
Oh, I
There's
could have
magic
played that
fucking
angle
everywhere.
actually. Wait. But my rolls were not gonna reflect it.
But now we will do bolstering the ritual.
They say that about snakes, Cert.
Hmm?
Did they say that about snakes? Them falling or never knowing where they'll fall?
I have absolutely no idea. That's the first I've heard of it.
We shall now return to the courtyard. The ritual proceeds without any problems, and we will now bolster the ritual. If you guys want to do a specific roll, just say so, and I'll do the thing. Each one of you can attempt once. We have Arcana, Occultism, Intimidation, Performance, and Religion. I'm assuming Caius wants to do Intimidation, so here is the one for Caius. Oh, whoopsie.
Give me the religion button.
I'm doing it, I'm sorry.
I love the religion button.
Um,
We did just get hero
reroll it.
points.
Yes, you
Yeah,
guys
I
did just get
reroll this.
hero points. That
I
is a
reroll it.
success.
I play.
But Kay, you can roll for something if you have a better in something else.
No,
Oh, plus 10's your best one?
I have 3 things at +10.
Jesus
And they're
Christ,
all, like,
woman.
Different things to roll that I can roll.
Okay.
So I might as well.
Alright,
That button's right there.
that is 2 successes. We also have Arcana, Occultism, Performance, and Religion. Here is the Religion one.
Oh,
No, I
forget-
disagree, Mr. Dice. There we go.
All right.
Tremendously better.
Faunra, you can still roll, but that gives you all 3 victory points.
I'm not fucking rolling.
Okay.
I don't got any of those.
That's fine.
I'm not risking it.
Understandable. You only lose a point on a critical failure, by the way.
I'm still not risking that.
No worries.
I just rolled a crit fail. I know there's another one.
Nualia's spirit rises from the ground. Let me see if there's a good pick for her. There is! Away! I have a ghost.
She looks pissed.
Yeah.
She looks
Is
pissed.
that an emerald?
No, that's part of her armor.
I mean,
Oh.
if you weren't able to move on in the afterlife after like 15 years, you'd be pretty pissed too.
Well, she wasn't able to move on the afterlife, and I'm not sure if you all remember the info dump, but she was basically, like, abused as a fucking kid, called a
Yeah.
monster, and then crashed out so hard that she killed God. Twice.
Yeah.
I don't remember the kill God part.
I don't
Classic.
remember the kill part.
But I remember her crashing out really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Deadbeat
What's up?
husband, deadbeat baby daddy.
Yeah.
No, she didn't have a husband, if memory serves. But,
Well, she definitely had a baby daddy.
well, she had an adopted father who treated her like shit.
Yeah, think about Delic, I think.
Point
Yes, that was-
being, though,
Yes.
she pissed.
Yeah, she's pissed.
Minecraft Emerald.
Aldrahi and Abstelar are unfortunately in a daze as the ritual reaches its climax.
I get it.
Yes. She screams out, somewhat bloody murder, somewhat unsure of why she was brought back to this realm. She peers around, looking at each one of the player characters, at the archbishop, at the other cleric. She says, "I remember you. Why did you call me? You hated me. You all hated me." As one of you begins to speak up,
Yes, I was about to.
she looks at all of you.
We do not know you for who you were and who you are. We simply wish to impart with you knowledge so that you may freely flow to the river of souls, unconstrained by the burdens you've experienced here.
No matter what you all provide me, none of this matters when all of Sandpoint. All right, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to your very first influence encounter.
I love the influence subsystem! I love the influence subsystem!
Yay!
All right. Hello, it's me, God again.
Hi, God.
Hi. Don't worry, the influence subsystem is quite simple. You will have 10 in-game minutes, aka 10 rounds, to influence the person. You will have a variety of different ways in which to do that. And I will skim through what Abstelar would have told you all. She has been waiting for judgment in the Boneyard for 17 years, but it only felt like a few months have passed since she's died. Her mind is most likely mixed with a large amount of different emotions, and Pip, pip, pip. here are some of the things you all can do. What does discovery mean? Sorry, I was not fully on this system, but it's a learning experience for everyone.
Yes. So in order to, I have had to utilize the influence subsystem a decent amount. Would you like me to give a take?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, the influence subsystem is broken into two different parts when it comes to the NPCs. There's actually influencing the NPCs, and then there's discovering the NPCs. Discovering ranges from figuring out what skills to use to influence them, to what they might be resistant to, towards what they might be more accepting of. And just because it is a sort of role play element mechanicized does not mean that only role play skills are applicable. There can be instances where other skills are also utilized. Like if you're talking to a war general, you might be able to influence him with like lore warfare kind of situation.
Hey, I got that.
Yeah. But to basically, for our end, we need to use skills. I believe the base defaults for discovery are perception or diplomacy to figure out what we need to do to kind of talk her down and what she might not be so accepting of and what she is going to be more accepting of.
I
Make
will.
sense?
Yeah, I will also just give some freebies that Absalar's recommendations are just like religion and society, just as basic things of like, I mean, Sandpoint wasn't entirely terrible, nor was her life in Sandpoint entirely terrible, and in turn, what she still has time before her soul is judged, so religion. The rest of them you'll have to get through discovery. You guys will have 10 rounds. I've put everyone in initiative, not so much as a way to like, you guys are gonna enter a fight, but more so like, just so we know who's gonna be doing stuff, you know?
Yeah, like a tally mark.
Yep. But we will begin with Sertium Healer. I will also provide the basic tags that she is an Azamar human spirit, or a Nephilim human spirit. If that is necessary.
Yeah.
But if you have anything specific that you want to know, I will do my best to help.
If you're basically giving religion out as a freebie for an influence skill,
Mhm.
I will go ahead and use that for my influence check on her.
Okay.
No. I want to set a strong first impression. I will spend my other hero point on this.
I will also give everyone an additional hero point for solving the mob with 2 successes.
Nice. Okay, that will be my resulting religion check of
No
a
failures,
26.
All right. That is, I do have buttons for them. I forgot to mention that. My apologies. But that is a success. I believe gets you 1 influence point if memory serves.
Yep.
Yes, you have 1 influence point. And I will be keeping tally marks over on my physical end, so do not worry, chat. You all will be here for emotional support. But she responds somewhat positively to the comments of how life can go on, especially with, well, she probably doesn't know what the fuck a Samsarin is, but with your experience therein, it softens that blow for her a little bit.
Excellent.
Aloise, what do you want to do?
I suppose I want to talk about how Aloise can relate a little bit, but there's still some joys in life, you know? like weird dogs.
So what are you trying to do?
It's- Life wasn't so bad.
What kind of check would this be?
Yes.
Isn't it society to continue on?
Society to
With
get more
the-
information.
Oh, I thought you said society was talking about
Oh, yes,
how
yes.
Sandpoint wasn't all bad.
Yes.
Perception was more information.
Perception and society are more information, plus a third hidden one. Society you can.
Really, in character, the gist of it is Aloise is gonna start talking about the dog.
So do you mention
like-
Sandpoint at all?
Yeah.
Cool.
So many
That's
doors.
an automatic failure.
in Sandpoint.
Automatic failure. As you try to mention Sandpoint and some of the nice stuff within it, you see the ghostly form boil up, and she tries to... She does not directly say anything, but she has closed off partially. But yeah, Faunra, it's your turn.
Okay.
It seems we found her resistance.
Yes, every character or every influence encounter has a resistance and a weakness. In this case, she gets pissed off when you mention Sandpoint. And she has become actually, Caius, I will have you roll this. It will auto-fail, but I'm seeing if it gets worse. Does not. But you do not get the thing. But yeah, all of her DCs are now higher, for she has a resistance. This, however, unlocks her weakness, which is basically figure out whatever would make her be easier to talk to. I don't want to give any hints, but if you guys want to do a roll to like try to remember specific stuff about what Abstelar might have said or lore that you guys forgot from like 2 weeks ago, just say so and we'll figure that out. But for now, it is Faunra's turn. You have 1 influence point. And you have a large amount of rolls left.
I would like to roll my perception to see what I can gather information.
Okay. Here you
I
go.
believe that's what the check was. Okay.
Yep. Yo. All right. I will give you 2 things. And you can pick the same thing twice. I can give you a hint as to what to do next. Or I can give you one of the other influence skills that Abstelar did not mention.
Yeah. Just give me both.
You want one of each? Okay. Faunra, as someone who has her own daddy issues, you recognize that a large amount of her spite and dislike towards Sandpoint is related to her father, Ezekiel Tobin, the man that sort of made all of this happen. And then, do you want an easy skill, a medium skill, or a hard skill for her other options to influence her? Easy? Cool. Diplomacy.
Simple enough.
Next. And also, for all intents and purposes, I'm assuming that you guys are sharing this information with each other whenever you do something.
Yeah.
Okay. Lela, it is your turn.
I am gonna try to appeal to her with diplomacy.
Okay. Here is the roll.
Roll.
What are you saying?
The people of the town of Sandpoint from your time.
Why?
Oh, hang on. It's better to move on than to linger on the past. This is good for you. I don't know.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. That is the name of her father, by the way, if anyone wants to do that. That is still a success, even with the resistance that she has influenced on everything. But that is 2 successes. Round 2. I imagine...
yeah.
So... I'm imagining 10 rounds means you each get 1 turn in a round, right?
Presumably.
Okay.
If that's how they've laid out this influence encounter.
Yeah, it says 10
unfortunately,
minutes, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, influence encounters can vary based on the specificity of the influence.
Yeah.
Like some of them can literally be like, yeah, you can influence this person once a day, or in this instance,
So it's just like...
round-based.
Yeah, okay.
It's literally based on the situation. There is there's guidelines, but
Yeah,
if you're having it do it per round till we eventually get enough to convince her, then that's how you're doing it.
Yeah, okay. So, for discovery, you have 3 options. Society, Perception, and the hidden one. For influence skills, you know of 3 of the 5. You have Society, Religion, Diplomacy. She currently has her walls up. And you do know that her father, Ezekiah Tobin, is the main reason why she has such distaste toward Sandpoint.
Given that I've already tried to appeal to her with religion, I'm also going to try to take a moment and examine the situation. So I'll be using perception to try to discover some more avenues to get to her.
Okay.
Incredible.
15. Fail.
Doesn't net me anything. I'll just let that slide.
Okay. Aloise, what do you want to do?
Your father, Tobin. I heard from Xanthus that he is due like a weapon, political at least. I'm not sure what to make out of a life when you've been used like that. And you've been used as a tool, as a weapon. I'm really not sure, but it's a lot of fun to meet people still. It's a lot of fun trying to figure out what more you can be, I suppose. I'm not sure if it's possible, but so far it's been worthwhile, I think. And I think you should let go of that and just not be what you were used for.
Let's say this is diplomacy. And you are getting warmer to, getting warmer to what the other thing is as a pass. Actually, no, it is not a pass because her walls are still up. Still a failure, sorry. But I will say you were getting warmer to what her weakness is. You just kind of pivoted at the wrong point. Faunra, what do you want to do?
The music died.
Hi, Faye.
Faye? Did Faye leave without
Oh,
saying anything?
sorry.
Okay.
No, something happened. I had to fix a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm back. I'm here. I heard everything.
Okay.
I'm still in. What? Guess I'll roll my society. But I know I can do that.
Yeah. I will. What are you saying to her?
I don't know what I was saying to her. I just know I can roll it.
Okay. I will say the DC is more difficult, and if you guys just are like, I'm gonna roll it, the weakness will not show up.
Okay.
If you want to just raw roll, I'll let you raw roll.
Oh, you talked me out of it.
Okay.
Okay. What I'll say is, Nualia, the course of history shows us one thing. It's time heals all wounds. Whatever happened to you, it was a long, long time ago. This man right here, has seen that and decided you were done wrong, and he's trying to do right by you now.
Okay. You can roll. Uh, 14 is a fail.
I'm gonna hero point it.
Okay.
Fuck me, man.
All right. Lela, what do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna appeal to diplomacy again,
What are you saying?
and I'm gonna say she's stinky. No,
That would be intimidation.
I haven't thought about what I was gonna say yet.
If you just want to raw roll, you can raw roll.
Faye just got bullied into not doing that.
I'm not bullying you all. I am literally saying, hey, you guys smacked her resistance. She is now going to be more difficult. The only way to activate the weakness and remove her walls is by saying specific lines.
I'm just gonna raw roll it
Okay.
right now. I can't think of anything. I'm
No
sorry.
worries. It's okay. I'm not mad. That is
Everyone
a
else
success.
is.
Alright. Back to the tot with a Sertium healer.
I think Cert will go with the religion route again and try to express that this was that we're doing this out of compassion. We want you to feel at ease, and we want to, even if we cannot fix what had happened in the past, at least ease the burdens of knowing that there are those that care in this time.
Okay. Roll.
Oop. I'm gonna shoot this dice. I'm gonna shoot this dice. It's gonna be in tons of little pieces.
Fucking saying, man. Jesus.
Okay.
No,
Place the
I
dice.
refuse.
Okay.
I refuse. There we go.
That is a pass.
Dice, you work for me.
Okay. Alright. Aloise, what do you want to do? As said previously, your last attempt at talking to her, you were very close to what the, like, weakness trigger is. You just pivoted at the wrong point.
What did I talk about? Did you ever love someone, Nualia? More than you hated your father?
I was never given the
Mm.
chance.
I wasn't either, but I think we should give ourselves a chance. Maybe. Maybe that's crazy to say, but I don't know. I think passing on and giving yourself another chance would be the best bet.
Do you think this is society or diplomacy?
Probably diplomacy.
Okay. Big dab bun. No.
Thank you.
Critical
No.
failure.
No.
You lose 1 influence point. Oh,
Aw.
re-rolling. 11. Still a critical failure.
Oh, critical.
Yes, because, as I said before,
21.
yes, it went up by 2 because y'all tapped her resistance. I will read this verbatim. She grows angry and spiteful the first time any attempt to influence her includes mention of Sandpoint, results in a failure. That's worded fucking terribly.
I think we believe you. It's just that the 21 was a shocker.
Well, the weakness will reduce it by reduce whatever the lat numbers are by 4.
Okay.
Faunra.
Cool. I'm gonna try to discern the fucking weakness just to get it fucking out in the air.
Okay, do you want to do society, perception, or the surprise third option?
I'm gonna percept it.
Okay. There you go.
Oh.
Yo. Every time any one of you mentions her father's name, a tinge of sadness comes across her face. And it is not because of a hatred towards him. It is that no one has ever said that what he did was wrong. There was never anyone that said that he was evil, he was cursed. Xanthus has said stuff like this near constantly to all of you, but she has never heard it from another person. So she assumes everyone in Sandpoint is like, oh yeah, that's fine. And that has stayed the same for the 17 years on the outside, but the few months that she's been in the void.
Well, there you go, friends. There's that information for you.
All right, Lela, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do diplomacy again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, look, your dad was a piece of shit.
Mhm.
And the worst thing for you to do right now is to continue to suffer for no reason. So let us help you so you can move on.
Okay. Roll that diplomacy.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna hero point that.
You can also click the thing. Yo. All right. That is a critical success, which takes you to 5. Additionally,
Yay!
because you have successfully done her weakness, all of her DCs are now reduced by 4 for influencing.
Woo!
Cert, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I had to refresh my VTT. It should be back up in just a sec.
One will hope.
There we go. Splendid. Yeah. Cert. Well, now that we kind of found the avenue to work it in, Cert will just continue to be on that religion grind set for the influence points. Now that we kind of found the key to the whole situation, which is
Your father's shitty.
yeah, your dad's an asshole. Okay. Religion grind set. You just can't get above a 10, can you? It's just physically impossible. Unless I
That is a
spend
pass.
my hard-earned money in this household
That's a
to get a
pass.
reroll. I know, but I'm upset.
Okay.
The dice refuses to go above a 10 unless I spend a hero point. I refuse to stand for
Aloise,
this.
what do you want to do? Welcome back, Shoal.
Welcome back. Yeah, Nualia, you don't owe him anything else. I'm not sure what they thought of him in your time, but Xanthus told us a story. He just used you. He adopted you, but he used you. And yeah, we owe it to ourselves to move on, I think.
24. That is not a critical success, but it is a success. You guys are currently at 7 out of 9 points, by the way. Once it goes to 9, I'm just gonna hand it, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Faunra, what do you want to do?
Okay. I have a question for you, Ripley.
Oh, hi, I'm
If
Ripley.
I follow like a specific avenue of like talking, do I have to do I get shoehorned into one specific role?
What do you mean?
Well, like I mean like I can literally only roll society. If I have to roll diplomacy, that won't be good.
Uh, at this point, y'all have done all the stuff related to weaknesses and resistances, so you guys can roll whatever.
Okay.
You guys just
Wanna
know
like,
that.
if what I say will have to be a specific role.
Nope.
Okay.
A lot of it is just me trying to figure out how to make it more enjoyable instead of just rolling dice. Technically, I could RP as Nualia, but it also feels like I'm walking into a Chuck E. Cheese outfit and going, "Hi, it's me, Freddy Fazbear." But yeah, you can do society. There are 2 other options, but the only one that would really matter is the hardest one, and that would only matter for Aloise.
Very well.
Cry.
I'm gonna tell Nualia. I was like, Nualia, I have I have I have at least some means of empathizing with you. At least I came to Sandpoint looking for my father after all. And you know what I got? I got a fucking note.
You got a full book that had a note on it.
I got a fucking yeah. I'm just gonna. That's all I read though. I
Okay.
got a fucking note. I'm just gonna like basically like spiking on the ground like an anger. He won't even look me in the eyes and tell me tell me what he's supposed to tell me. What your father did was so much worse, and without doubt, he got what he deserved.
Fucking good. Roll. Pain Pecco. That is a success, though.
I'll use it. I was gonna hear appointed if you didn't say that.
Well, the DCs are reduced by 4. Lela, what are we doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Again, diplomacy. And I'm gonna say to her,
You didn't press the button. I feel.
I don't know. I'm just gonna bear roll it.
That's fine. At this point, you guys can just raw roll.
No! Hero point.
You have one? Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
10, 20,
I'll live with that.
success. You have solved my influence puzzle.
The Emerald Ghost.
Yes. As you all bear your hearts out, decrying the name of her father, the anger on her face softens, and tears begin to flow. Forgiveness from you all that never wronged me, bitter. If you all die from what the pit vomits out on this town, the 7 dooms seek me out. Be it you all, be it the people in town, if one of them is to die and comes to the land of the dead from a doom, from someone busting a nut in a water tower, I don't know. Seek me out, or at least one of us will have the wisdom of the grave. The bottoms of her feet floating a few inches above the ground begin to dissipate. Not all who have plagued Sandpoint lie still. New enemies work in the shadows. I don't wish these 7 dooms upon Sandpoint, but one does. That one hearkens on red wings. Unless you can delve the pit in time, you will not escape his fires. And she fades away. And Abstelar breaking out of his haze, goes,
The water tower.
as he goes, "No, wait, this is fine. What? Huh?" And over the remaining course of the night, you all tell Abstelar of what he told you. And then... let me see if I have a cookie for the good children here. Yes, I do. Everyone, you all get to hit level 5.
Yay!